This is gonna be a really weird video to do, guys. I've kind of done this video before. It was one of the first videos I ever uploaded to this channel, KamyIkuzo, and I do a lot of introspection and a lot of stuff, and I like to think about stuff like this. So I'm just gonna be straight up with you guys. Now, for one thing, I am in a gym right now, but it's like an apartment gym. No one's here. It's late at night. And I'm just here, and I got my hair twisted in. That's why my hair looks crazy. Let's get off the subject of that, though. So, why doesn't your boy have a girlfriend? In fact, I've never had a girlfriend. And there's a lot of different reasons for that. And I don't want this video to be, man, it's hard for me to talk right now, but like at the same time, why don't I have a girlfriend? Well, I've tried to go through so many different pathways and so many different just reasons why. Like I've been trying to go over so many reasons why I don't have a girlfriend. Now, the reason why this all came up was recently I have been extremely lonely, right? I don't have a car anymore. And I barely go anywhere. I only go to the gym. I don't even go to the gym anymore. But I go to work, which is a warehouse job, and I do YouTube, and I train. I go run outside a lot, but I don't actually go try to meet people. Recently, on my main channel, I did post some vlogs of me going to like my first con, to my first party, which is kind of like anime themed. And I did that because I want to progress myself socially. And one thing that I'm really bad with is actually trying to meet people, because sometimes, I'm a lot of the times, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the autism, maybe it's the ADHD. I have no real reason to go out and try to do things unless people invite me or something of the sort, right? But I've been doing this new thing just to treat myself, just to meet people, just to get myself out there. And that's what I've been doing. So I was going to these places also to meet and talk to potential girls or whatever, just to be real, because, hey, maybe your boy just needs to go talk to some. And I'm not going to act like I haven't kissed a girl. I haven't done other things with a girl. I'm not going to act like I haven't done that. I've never dated someone, though. I've never dated someone. I've never had a situationship. You guys might be thinking like that. I never had that either. I just had little things that lasted like 2 seconds, right? Like we might kiss, we might flirt a little bit, and then for some reason, nothing happens after that. And it took me into kind of yesterday to figure out why that really was. Because along with the fact that I don't actually go anywhere and talk to anyone, is I'm also really bad with other people. Now, I noticed something about 2 years ago, right? I was at work, and it was kind of like a warehouse job too, and I was talking to this girl, and I was just kind of not expecting anything, but I thought she looked good, or at least okay, right? And I thought to myself, let me try being social. Like, let me see how far I can go socially, because I have to click with people in a certain way that it makes me feel like I have to wait for people to click with me in order for people to actually, like, to engage with me, to click with them. And I didn't want that to be the thing. I wanted to actually practice being truly myself around people and just doing my thing and seeing if people connect with me. So I'm talking to this girl at work, just asking her, hey, what's going on? How long you've been working here? How have you been doing this? How have you been doing that? And what do you like? What are your goals here? What are you saving up for? Or, what do you do? Like stuff like that. And I remember this girl was talking, and I was just thinking to myself, I'm actually not too much engaged with this. Like, I'm bored, actually. Like, I'm just being real. Now, I'm not going to, there might be some girls who watch this and might be like, oh my God, look. No, this is not going to be that. right? This is not going to be that type of video where I like downplay girls or whatever. No, this actually happens with dudes too. And I'll get to that later in the video, but like what I'm trying to say is it's like during that conversation, I wasn't really engaged. Like she started like talking about something like kind of some drama or like something else that was going on, and I was just like, yeah, man, I'm bored. Like, and I bring this up because I did the same thing just a couple of yesterday actually. I was at work. I saw this girl for like the third time, and I decided to start up a conversation. You know, she talks to me. I'm like, "Hey, so how you doing? You know, what's your name and all that stuff, and how long you've been working here? Do you like it and all that stuff?" And then I ask her again, like, "Hey, what do you like to do? You know, like, hey, you know, I don't look. There's no real straightforward way to ask that question, right?" So I asked her, what does she like to do? Oh, I like to do hair. And I'm just like, okay, yeah, that's cool. You know, I don't know. Like, I was literally like, okay, yeah, that's cool. That's awesome. And she's like, what do you like to do? And I'm like, yeah, I like to draw. I like to read. I like to run, exercise in general. I like to make videos and a whole bunch of other stuff. And I don't know, like there was like a joke that I was like saying like, wow, you know, I do a lot, but like, you know, it's cool that you're like doing that, because she says that she wants to be like a hairstylist, and this was like a bridge job for her. And that's cool, that is. But as the conversation kept going, I was noticing that she wasn't really asking me a lot of questions. I was asking her a lot, but like she wasn't like, not too much. Like I was asking stuff like, oh yeah, what do you do? What do you like to do? What's your name? How long you been here? And all this other stuff. Man, this job sucks, doesn't it? Stuff like that. And she wasn't really starting any conversation. So it was a really slow day yesterday. So I was in the back of the trailer because we load boxes into the trailers. And I was almost like, I was literally about to fall asleep. I was like so bored. And it's just like, I really wish we could have just kept talking to like pass the time, but she wasn't really engaging with me the way I wanted to engage with her. So I was like, whatever, you know, if she wants to open up, whatever. But I noticed something, that basically that interaction went the same way that the interaction with the girl I talked to about 2 years ago went. And again, for the girls who are watching this video, this is not just about if there are any girls watching this video, this is not just about girls just being boring. No, there was another guy I was talking to at work like a week or two ago, and I don't even really remember what we were talking about, but I just remember this guy wasn't really engaging. Like he was engaging with the conversation, but in terms of me finding a spark in terms of talking to this person, I just wasn't there. Like I just felt like I was understimulated. I was just over there like, I watched anime, you know, and then he starts talking about, you know, very basic things like, oh, I didn't really watch Naruto Shippuden. I'm just like, oh, that's cool. My Hero Academia, I love My Hero Academia. And then it's just like, I was going in, and then this guy was just kind of giving me like stale bread, you know? And it's just like, that was boring too. At one point, I actually tried to start talking about like something interesting on my mind. So I was like, hey, you know, relationships are crazy, you know, like, and then I was like, we kind of start talking about relationships. But at one point, I asked him stuff like, hey, so like, what type of girl are you looking for? And she's just like, you know, one that listens, you know, is cool, I guess. You know, I'm just like, but like, what else? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I just needed something more than that. I don't know. It wasn't exactly like that, but the point of the matter is that I understood after that why I was actually not actually really stimulated. Now, I did put this into ChatGPT, and I'm not going to lie to you guys. Look, I understand how that sounds. I know that AI isn't really, you shouldn't trust AI, but it really did just hammer a point that I already kind of knew. And I just needed to say it again. And that's the point is like, it's not so much that it's not so much that it's their fault. It's actually my fault. It's just a matter of me not being able to engage with most people. Like, I think this is literally just the core essence of this. I'm not emotionally or mentally engaged by most people that I see and know. There's another friend that I talk to literally all the time. We would talk. We can not talk for a couple months or something, or a year. As soon as we come back, like, she's a girl, but she's a lesbian, of course. But like, we cannot talk for a bit, and then she and me, we talk for hours. Like, we just can't stop talking to each other, right? Because I get mentally and like emotionally engaged with the conversations that we have, because at least that stuff is actually interesting. I find that person interesting. I find what they actually say interesting. And yeah, technically, you could say that maybe you just don't know too much about the other person, but I'm telling you guys, I have been in this situation before, and it just took me to right now to realize it, that I've been in these situations like this before where people, wow, she literally just texted me as I'm making this video, but like, I've been in situations like this where I'm just not mentally stimulated. Like, I go to those parties, I try to talk to those girls, I went to the cons, and look, I'm just being real, I think they're boring. I'm not literally getting anything from this conversation. And that's the thing about it. We got to be completely real here, guys. Most people in life are not going to be that deep. People are not going to be into the crazy nuances of their life and their interactions and their goals and aspirations and stuff like that. Most people do just coast. People just chill. They might have some people they talk to. They go to their families. They whatever, they have a job, whatever. A lot of people are like this, and that is okay. But at the same time, I have been trying to connect with these people in a more deeper sense, and it's failed most of the time, because in the times that it doesn't, I actually connect with someone who is not someone that's deep, someone that is actually engaging to me. And I think that's the core essence of what it is. I think a lot of this was really just me talking about like normal relationships, but don't get it wrong, don't get it twisted. This is actually mostly about relationships, like romantic relationships. And that is the reason why I don't have a girlfriend. There's been a lot of my times in my life where I thought that I was like literally unlovable. Like, I just thought that maybe I just had the pussy. The pussy. I'm just going to become really real. I'm trying to be so transparent on my channel. I thought I had pussy repellent, right? I thought, like, man, how can the dude that hasn't, like, how can that dude have girls and I don't? You know what I'm saying? And lots of people, and it's crazy because lots of girls and people can be with varying degrees of people. You can be with a dude who is, I don't know, addicted to drugs, and then another guy he has like, I don't know, a nice car or something, or this other guy might actually legitimately look good, or something else of the sort. And then, you got the guy who doesn't have anything and he gets a girl. And it's just like, well, what do they have that I don't? And what it is that they can connect with those people easier. It's easier for those people to connect because they're not like me, who is not like emotionally or like invested into a lot of what they're talking about. I'm not, but they are. They can at least play the game. They have more, I'm just gonna be real, superficial means and goals in life. And they can talk about these things and connect with the people. I will always say that it's harder than what you think to be different. To be different is to really be just not like everybody else. And it's easier to be like everybody else because if you're more like other people, you can connect with people easier. That's the truth of the matter that they don't want to tell you. That's really what it is. And that's the hardest thing that I personally, and maybe other people, have to go through. If you're a person like who likes more depth and stuff like that. And it was never about like how I looked. It's never like I actually do consider myself a pretty handsome dude. Like I catch myself in the mirror sometimes. I got some good skin. I have nice hair when it's not not like this. I have a cool smile. I got an athletic build and whatever. And I'm joking. I'm nice and all that stuff. But I also am just I'm cool, right? But I always thought that people didn't like me. And maybe that is true to a certain extent. Like maybe most people don't really like care about me, right? I wouldn't go so far as to say like people hate me or dislike me. But I feel like when I was growing up, I was struggling with the idea of being seen. And a lot of the time, I also got to think to myself, like, I'm not mentally engaging. Like a lot of these people are not mentally engaging me. How do I come off to them? I come off as too much. I've heard of that before. That's what I believe. I feel like I'm just not realizing this. I probably do really come off as too much. And that's okay because there's lots of people out here. There's lots of people in the world and they're not obligated to just me. And that's okay. So inevitably, I think the problem this entire time was the reason why I don't have a girlfriend is because I just haven't met the right one yet. This is a long way to say that, but yes, that was basically the form of this entire video, okay? I've been recording for a little bit too now. I just believe I just have not found the right one yet. Now, going forward, I will try, of course, when I get my car, and even before I get my car, to actually try to socialize more. I will go to another party, I think, next week or the week after that, and I will try to do more of putting myself out there, which is actually the reason why, part of the other reason, the main reason why I've been making videos is because I've been having a lot of fun making videos. But mostly, I'm making a lot of videos because, another part of it is because I want to put myself out there, and you guys seem to really like these videos for some reason. I really do appreciate that. Hopefully we can still grow and stuff like that. But I got to put myself out there if I want to find the people or the one that I feel I should be connecting with. So, yeah, that is personally the reason why I don't have a girlfriend. I just have not found the right person yet. I'm a deep guy, I'm autistic, I have ADHD, and people probably think I'm too much most of the time. And people in general are not like that. My therapist used to tell me that a lot of people are like caviar. And, well, a lot of people are like McDonald's, and you're like caviar. So, yeah. With that being said, guys, thank you for watching this video. Like it if you like it. Subscribe if you want to see more. Comment section down below. Tell me if you hate it. But with that being said, guys, thank you for watching. Have a good night. If you're watching this, as always, Johnny.